tennis isn't made out to be the sport where you're going to be nice and be successful.
I have to separate who I am from what I do. I mean, one of the biggest learning curves for me, I played Sinner in juniors. I think that's helped me as a player. Fun fact about me, if you want to know that.
You're known around the circuit as the nice guy of tennis, right?
Okay, yeah.
So first of all, that must make you feel good about yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I try and be nice to everyone around, and I think that's just the way I was brought up, was just to be a nice, person. But yeah.
Tennis isn't made out to be the sport where you're going to be nice and be successful.
Yeah.
How do you manage to be that fierce competitor on court?
Yeah, I think it's something that as I've grown up through tennis, I've realised that I have to separate who I am from what I do, and it's been quite a long journey, because especially in juniors, I was always trying to play nice and be respectful, and then I think as kind of growing up, you realise that you can't always be like that. But yeah, it started to just be a bit more relentless and not let people off, and I think that's helped me as a player. I mean, one of the biggest learning curves for me, I played Sinner in juniors. I played him a couple of times, and seeing his game, he had this dedication to taking the ball early and hitting big, and he didn't care about results. And then he's world #1, and we've had very different paths. I think that's something that I'm now only kind of realizing, is that playing the right way is a good thing, and the results long term will get better, and it doesn't matter about how well you do now, as long as you're getting better as a tennis player, because it'll catch up. You
spent some time at Moratoglu Academy?
Yeah, spent about 3 years there. I think it's very easy at that age to kind of go down a dumb route and get caught up with being young, and so yeah, it was a very professional environment, and I got taught how to act like a professional very early. Patrick, I mean, we had a little bit of time. I did a bit with Serena before her French, I want to say 2017 or 18. Her training partner at the time had dropped out, so then I'd step in, for I think about 3 weeks, so we spent a lot of time together.
Unreal.
Yeah, and so got a lot of time with Patrick, and he didn't say a lot, but what he said made a big impact. Warmed up Djokovic for the semi-finals, but then before that, one of the days was with Monfils, Dimitrov, Holger Rune, Tsitsipas, Paolo Badoza. Up until then, I'd had quite a strict, routine, and then spending a bit of time, looking around, going, oh, maybe I need to relax up a little bit. I just don't know, because I get quite OCD with things. I've had little things where I've had to have breakfast at the same breakfast table before matches, and it gets a little bit paralysing.
Yeah.
Their serves were way better than mine.
Right.
And I realised that, okay, I'm not going to go any further if I don't, make my serve into an actual weapon.
Another bit of a celebrity that I feel like you've played with before is Jack Whitehall. Is that correct?
Yeah.
How on earth?
Yeah.
Why were you with him on a tennis court?
Yeah, well, it's funny. There's Jack and there's Woody Harrelson in that same photo. Yeah. So I do a bit of paid hitting, especially around London. So it kind of keeps your income up. And so we've walked on court in Campden Hill. Oh, I mean, maybe I shouldn't be exposing where they play, but yeah. So we've walked in, and Jack and Woody are on the court in front of us. But then, and also a little fun fact is, during the summer when I've got the chance, I can officiate a polo match down the road. And there's the fun fact about me, if you want to know that.
I mean, I can't not ask you how on earth you know how to officiate a polo match.
Yeah, I mean, that was random. That came up because so down the road there's so I've been cycling and doing a lot of my workouts in this massive open grass area, and they were like, oh, this is polo ground. Would you be interested in learning? So I was like, okay, yeah, it fits into my schedule, and so got taught up, and
Unreal.
Yeah, now I can officiate a polo match. Good. Yeah, as you do.